for the Press Box, where we discuss sports topics, and let's get right to it. First up, the NBA postponed the Spurs at the Lakers game yesterday due to the wildfires in Los Angeles area. Now, the NHL did the same thing with the Kings game, and the NFL moved the Rams Monday night playoff game to Arizona. And today we found out the Spurs at the Lakers contest tomorrow night in downtown LA is on. So, Mary, what do you think about this?
Man, what an incredibly difficult situation. I'm sure there's not really a right answer because it's difficult when you continue to postpone games, but also there's bigger things at hand. I say, you know, if they feel like the resources that they need to fight the wildfires are okay to divert some of them to this game, then so be it.
There are a lot of moving parts to this, and we've seen in the past where when things bad happen, sports can bring people back to some normal lifestyles, I guess you can say. My biggest problem with this, though, is with everybody out there in need, the fact that they are taking some resources away, first responders, and sending them to this arena for a basketball game. I'm not the biggest fan of that because I think they need to be out with those who have lost their houses 100%. And be with them more. Yeah. But again, I get it. A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts.
And, you know, the Spurs don't want to necessarily make up 2 games in a short amount of period, so I get it. But not necessarily the one that I agree with. So the Houston Texans will next play at the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. KC's the #1 seed in the AFC and 2-0 lifetime against the Texans in the playoffs. KC beat Houston at Arrowhead back in Week 16, 27-19. Can Houston pull off another upset, Mary?
Well, it'll definitely be rest versus rust because the Chiefs have had a lot of time. They haven't played a meaningful game in quite some time. They've also been in 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls, so clearly they have the experience and the talent. But that last matchup in Week 16 really intrigues me because it was a 1-point game at the time of Tank Dell getting injured. It completely changed the course of the game. Yeah. Who knows what would have happened if Tank Dell didn't get severely injured in that Week 16 contest, and I'd like to see maybe a little bit of extra motivations for the Texans to finish the game the way that they wanted to. So it'll be a tough one, though. It
will, and I think KC is opened as an 8-point favorite, either 6 or 8 points. I think it's one of the 2.
Okay.
My thing is Houston cannot turn the ball over. In that last game, Stroud had 2 interceptions that resulted in 10 points for the Chiefs, so they can't do that. And last up, Rex Ryan called the Texans-Chargers game a bye week for LAC. Houston won, and today Ryan apologized for those words, and he said he's not picking them next week either. So what do you make of Rex and his bye week comments?
Man, was he off the mark, and man, did Texans get the last laugh. Aziz Al-Shaair after the game said, "Shame on you, Rex. You know, he's coaching this league. He should know better. It's a week-to-week league." And Will Anderson Jr. said, you know what, they're not even worried about Rex. They're focused on them. I think the way that the Texans responded was really solid.
Yeah. Chargers are probably like, hey, bro, listen, we don't say bulletin board material stuff, but now you're going to do this to us?
That was a definition of bulletin board material.
Rex Ryan eating his words, and that's going to do it for the Press Box.